So the question is directed to Facebook and YouTube, to Mark and Chad. And will you be around in 5 years' time? Yeah. Well, and what form will you be?
Yeah. Oh, I'll just start off. I just think what YouTube and Facebook represent to some extent is empowering people with the ability to communicate. And you mentioned the different types of content that we have on our site. It's much more than that. We've seen people expressing their thoughts, sharing experiences. We have the Queen on the site. We have the Pope on the site. We have the White House on our site. It's becoming a new way for people to communicate through a democratized video platform. And that's why I think we're going to be around in 5 years.
What are the chances that you'll be there in 5 years?
Myself?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. And life is short.
My guess is 0.
0?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
We'll bet.
All right.
Well, so we've been here for 5 years about already, and I mean, I think that the main trend that Chad was talking about, I think, is the dominant one, which is that more and more people are getting access to be able to share information, get access to the information that other people are sharing, and that'll just continue, right? So the real question for us is what types of information do people want to share, and where exactly do they want to share it with, and who do they want to share it with? And I think there's a really compelling case. People are always going to want to share and communicate with their friends and the people around them. They're also going to want to communicate more broadly. They're going to want to use different applications. I mean, today, some of the things that I've discussed are that early on, people wanted to share kind of interests and really basic information about them. They still do that, but now they do other things. So they share lots of photos, right? And even how they've shared photos is changing, going from mostly web, it's still vast majority web, but it's increasingly mobile as well. Videos, just all this other types of content. And that's really the reason why we built the platform that we've built, right? So first what we did was we made it so that any developer, right? We have over 400,000 developers now across the world, are building different applications for Facebook. And those applications each represent a unique way that someone can share information, right? So whether it's a game or they want to share information about the music that they like, we don't provide any music applications. That's one that's been built in the ecosystem. One about, some of the other biggest apps, or there's one about philanthropic causes that people either want to raise awareness for or raise money for. And there are just thousands of other applications. And increasingly, it's moving from just being people building applications inside Facebook to this new program that we've launched called Facebook Connect, which is kind of the next evolution of platform, which makes it so that people can now build all of the same kinds of applications that they could build inside Facebook on the rest of the web and in other devices, with access to make it so that people can know who their friends are and bring all their information with them to other sites and can share information back with their friends on Facebook. So I think the form that Facebook will exist in is one where there are a lot of different applications which represent the unique ways that people are sharing information, and those will change over time. But Facebook will always kind of be this hub where people, where we've mapped out who people know and where people are going to share information. So I think that's just going to be a trend that continues for a while. I mean, we grew in the last year from 50 million people to 150 million people, growing really quickly. I mean, it's...
Mark, are you aware of, you must in the back of your mind know that, first there was Friendster, who had their lunch eaten by MySpace, and you guys came along and have grown quite a bit bigger than MySpace worldwide now. Somebody's going to do that to you, and it's going to be in a year or two, right? I mean, you must be a little bit paranoid about that.
This is why what I was talking about before is constant need for new, more efficient applications, right? So I don't think it's about one medium, right? So that's kind of what I'm saying is there's not one application that will be the dominant application that people are using over a period of time, but the general trend of people sharing more information, people wanting access to more information, I mean, we're now, the current generation of people is one that demands more transparency, ability to share information and access to information than has ever been true historically. And I think that that's going to continue, and that's just because of the internet at large. And I think any individual application, probably will kind of grow and fade over time. So that's why our focus is on just continuing to build these types of applications and build a platform that makes it so that people can continually share more information. And that's why the mission of the company isn't to make it so people can message each other as best as possible. It's to make the world more open. Right, so I think it's making it so that we'll just continue building whatever the applications are of the day that make sense, and the platforms that people can continue to build those. And I think that that's how you make it so that you can continue adding value for people over long periods of time.